Welcome back to MojoGrip. Mike here. Today we're gonna fly the Sling TSi in a gusty, windy day. It is crazy windy out here, and I'm sorry if the audio is a little patchy. But today I'm about to get on a flight with the Sling TSi behind me. So one of the things that I personally wanted to test out is the wind capacity, or how well this airplane performs in a windy situation. Now, just like any other piston engine airplanes or single engine airplanes, you have limitations for the crosswinds for these airplanes. And sometimes, the slings, for example, they're known to be light, and we want to test it out on a day like this where it's gusting up to 26 knots for the wind. So anyway, you guys stay tuned. We're going to go up to French Valley. We're just going to do a quick hop there, and then we'll be back here in a little bit. But stay tuned for the flight, okay? Today's flight video is sponsored by CoFlight. CoFlight is an amazing platform where you can keep track of your logbook and you can keep track of your aircraft maintenance. Be sure to check in the link below and get 60 days free when you sign up with the discount code MojoGrip. Our flight today, we're flying from Torrance to French Valley. French Valley is directly east of Torrance, so this should be a fairly easy flight. We're going to climb up to about 5,000 to 6,000 feet and we'll get flight following. And the aircraft we're flying today is a brand new 2019 Sling TSi. It's a true four-seater capable of doing over 160 miles per hour. And this particular model is fully loaded with dual Garmin G3X touch screen. You've got a Garmin G5 for backup, and you have the GTN 650 for IFR flight. Taxiing in this airplane is fairly easy. Now understand that the slings come with a handbrake, not a toe brake. So once you're ready to pull out, release the brakes and let your foot go. Now, as a pilot in preparation for this trip, what I'm expecting is that we're gonna get tossed around quite a bit. We're gonna be flying over water and over mountains. I've never flown a Sling on a windy day, so this will be a first.
Okay, so if you look at the sun, there's a slight wind from the right. A little bit, yeah, very mild. Okay, if anything goes wrong, then burn on, take over.
Once you put in full power, the Sling TSi takes off in less than 600 feet. And once you pull that nose up, expect to climb at over 1,000 feet per minute. We climbed at over 500 feet past the elevation, and then we turn right facing east. And this is where most of our trip is going to be. We're gonna climb to about 5,000 feet. We'll get instructions from the radio and we're gonna request for flight following. Now, as you see, I'm not feeling much bumps yet. And right now we're actually not flying over any mountains. We're just side to side with the waters at the moment. But you can see the airplane flies pretty stable. I should also mention that this Sling TSi comes equipped with the autopilot system. I was advised to use the autopilot on this trip but I opted to fly the airplane manually because I wanted to see how it feels on a windy day. Now getting closer to the mountains, we're getting pushed around just a little bit, nothing too serious. And you should know we're about 2,000 to 3,000 feet above these mountains. You can see things gets a little bouncy here, but this is actually very normal. Any airplane you fly around mountains, you expect to get some bumps, especially on a warm day. The French Valley airspace is a class Golf, which means it's not towered. So once you get in, you need to start talking to the radio. You basically let people know where you are and they tell you where they're at. That way everybody is safe. It's been a while since I flew to French Valley, so finding that runway took a while. We did find it and we didn't have to deal with a lot of traffic on our approach. Approach speed in the Sling TSi is about 73, 75 knots. Now on a windy day, if you have some headwind, you may want to increase the speed a little bit. From spotting the runway to touching down took about 5 minutes. And not for once did I feel nervous flying this airplane. Another thing I should point out is you see that device right in front of us. That is the device that measures our angle of attack. And so you want to keep that on the green all the time, especially when you're coming into land. Now, how do you grade the Sling TSi on a trip like this? Keep in mind that those who are looking to fly this airplane are going to have cross-country trips. That is the case for me. So I expect this airplane to be able to handle itself on a windy day, on a fairly smooth day, on a bright weather day. This airplane can be IFR equipped like the model we're flying today. How safe you are in flight directly correlates with the pilot's decision. So know your skill level and know your airplane. As for this plane, I feel lucky to be flying one today, and I have to say that I've gotten to know it just a little bit more. And if my airplane ends up flying anything like this, then I am a very satisfied customer. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the Sling or this flight, please leave in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Mike, and I will catch you on the next video.